Alright, let's go. IMA trial parcel map 1 with clay and STEM technique integrated into multi-domain battlefield for a parcel map defined on where you'd like to start here in deep field. How some of those wave functions would come through on solar systems when that angle actually needs to be physically mapped out here in some of those locations on the angle of that slope, or where you're orientated from the seed, the stem, the substrate. Remember, clay and stem here is going to be a series of scientific equations, well, basically operating system flowchart of here you're in the middle of the operating system. Even though that has taken place, we're saying a phase between phase 1, seedling, clone phase, vegetation, and the flowering phase to finish harvest is a 2, 3, 4-dimensional object. Back to some of the other things. When you get more specific about clay and stem in a multi-domain battlefield setting, you're going to do a little bit more specifically about how you're gridding something out for your parcel maps or county districts. What's the wave function when you're looking for the field or the equation, the equipment that you need to use here. The rock can kind of correlate to any kind of thing in hand that is A or B algebraically. Let's see, we got something going on here. If I can find it. Just your baseball coach's handbook on born identity here, clicking it on the proper biomechanics. There's real fast seedling, young veg, middle veg, start flower is a Pauli's exclusionary principle. Because that's when you're arguing that quintessence of a lot of different arguments given where you are in a phase towards the way that's going to break down, again, who's in charge of what when you have internal spin mass complications on your base to height. Your best result under what you control when that's the first time you did it, and now you've decided to take into consideration some hard variable that changes why that wave functions result. And a lot of people get that part of the argument wrong, and here's again stressing the crap out of them. It's another end of it, but it's only because the orientation of that notation is kind of a little weird, especially given some differences in the only way here is to tell IH, IN in the box, that the IT is what I could tell from switching it up and separating out. These are the more healthy, strong ones. This is backed up, and of course this is my crash row because I don't think they're going to make it. Some super healthies all in the same set. That's actually this. And I figured for funsies, because these were 2 seeds in the set that are female, I'd flip them over and try to mainline scrog them this way. The notation of what type of field you run, just because I want all this stone, I here I stacked a lot of them. Kind of correlates how do you load that block. How does this blockchain correlate to the zenith? If you knew you had to pay Kane to come in here and run salt these mainline, so the result that does correlates what is, and that's general identity of vector or area under the curve for a bar like that. And you're dealing with the galactic bar or the other one, you know, that subtly changes the day, like quantum gravity does, in terms of the factor under that angle changes when the zenith is. So you might want to orientate one of those pipes in a north-southeast direction relative to that south from here. And you'll get used to seeing that 3-dimensional notation, or the quintessence of understanding that similar spring to summer, summer to winter, and how that's actually orientated from a weak nuclear model. Here that recombination is 10 to the negative 34th or whatever makes that helium bore 4. On Kentucky ballistics, that recombination that makes you accelerate a lot faster by understanding some of those models, whether it be Bohr model, or if you understand that Darwin would be doing something like teachers have an identity vector of students of the selection rotation, soldiers, growers. If you wanted to specify this for a resume, then you would want some timeline quintessence. And notice all the things, as much as this is pretty decent, is it that really good presented YouTube video that you're looking for. So catch you on the next one.